8 explanation, emerging modern lifestyle and overutilization of resource. In this, we will read about what are the lifestyles in the modern society, and due to the modern lifestyle, how do we use resource, and what are the advantage of the synthetic material. So when there is a modern lifestyle, the resources or whatever is available to us, they are used. And with the advent of the modern age, a plethora of discoveries took place. A large number of discoveries took place, and there are a lot of developments brought about in the agriculture. So one area in which lot of development has taken place is in agriculture, transport and industry. Sea routes to other countries were discovered, and which led to the practice of importing and scientific discoveries, technology, industrial inventions. So these are all the changes which have been brought about. This reformation brought a change in the country as a whole. Therefore, because of the discoveries, the whole changes took place. Industrial revolution was one of the major events which marked the onset of the new age. So with this, what happened? The modern lifestyle started, and the modernization is defined here. The transformation from a traditional rural agrarian society to a secular urban industrial society. This is the definition. Modernization means when a person is changing from a traditional rural, old and agrarian society, and then it is changed to a secular urban industrial society. And the modern society is, when what do you say is modern? Modern society means a society in which there are industries. Industrialism is a way of life that makes the profound economic, social, political and cultural change. So we are living in this society where there is, we say that we are living in the modern age. Undergoing the comprehensive transformation of industry, the societies become modern, and therefore modernization is considered not a one-day process, but it is a continuous, open-ended process. Continuous and open-ended. It means it is regularly taking place, and it is open-ended. There is no end to it, and there are continuous changes. But there are two phases in this. Up to a certain point, first phase, it carries the institution and values of society, and generally regarded as the progressive movement. This is something which is a theoretical part. You might find it confusing, but no need to confuse. It means that a modern society will have progressive movement. First there is progress. After the progress, then in the second phase, the modern societies face an array of problems. So whenever there is a modernization, in the beginning there is progression, there is upward movement, means there is growth, and after some time, when the growth takes place, then the problems start. What are the problems? The problems whose solutions have been beyond the competence. Means whenever there is a growth, there is change in the society, and we know if there is growth, then we require so many things. So here we are reading what are the lifestyle changes in the society. The first impact of industries was seen in the lifestyle of the people of modern society. So what were the changes? Agriculture was commercialized. Many industries, steel, handicrafts were set up. And due to the industries in the 19th century, the societies and culture went through change. So at present also we are seeing the change in the modern time. So due to that, there are a lot of cultural change, emotional changes. Since we are reading environmental studies, so here we are reading about what was the effect on the environment. One important effect was brought by the Britishers. They started spreading English education, and therefore people in India, they became connected with the world around because of the language. Human beings are capable of altering the environment according to their need and because of the availability of different methods. Therefore, when human beings started using more of the language and they connected, so what happened? With the latest technology, we can get anything anywhere, we know that. And the communication techniques have grown fast. The internet has become a boon. It helps to collect information from any place of the world. There are appliances which are provided and they help us to keep the home school. Now, these are things which we know are happening around us. And from where do we get this? Different type of vehicles are there, and because of this, what happens? We need some resources. So from where will we get them? Scientific developments would not have been possible without the consumption of energy. So one major effect of growth is the energy use has become more. Simple example, like at the present time, in the present times, these days, the use of electricity, we can say the use of internet has grown very fast. This has led to use of more energy. The energy is obtained from natural resources, which serves as a boon for the human beings. Natural resources include water, soil. These are being used by man faster. Water is more, use of water has increased, soil, minerals, sun, fuels, plants, wildlife, and everything has started increasing. Air and water are very essential. These resources have helped in raising the standard. So man's standard has increased, but the resources are available from the earth. So since the resources are being used more, therefore the human desire has caused misuse the resources. Some of the resources are present in abundance. Like we can say sunlight is present more, water is present more. Some resources are limited. These resources which are on the verge of depletion, example can be petroleum. Petroleum is limited on the earth, so the use of petroleum has started increasing, and the resources are on the verge of depletion, means there are more of the resources which have started decreasing. Major cause of overutilization of resource is the increasing population. Population has increased, and other reasons are the uncontrolled pollution, urbanization, and industry. The major resources, land, forest, water, all been affected. So since the growth has taken place, these resources are being used more, and the soil has started eroding because there is more. We can say the more man has started using the resources. So one of the effect is that the soil has started erosion. More overgrazing has taken place, over irrigation, use of resources also decreases the quality of soil. This is the direct effect of the use of resources on the soil. The forests are cleared in large numbers due to their commercial value, and as the forests provide the teak wood and this, so the use of all the wood has increased. They are cleared to, now we know that why are the forests cleared. So this is described that the trees are cut for agriculture, for industries, for the population, and many parts of the world are having water problem, because when you cut down the forest, then the water resources become less. Many parts of the world have water problem. The water has degraded, the quality of water has decreased, the water pollution has increased. Similarly, air pollution has also increased. These are the effects of overuse of utilization of the resources. Now we hardly get any pure oxygen to breathe. Different pollutant gases have increased. So this is the harmful effect of use of more of the resources. Why it has happened? This has happened because there is an increase in the consumption of energy. Man is using more energy these days, and the major cause of worry is the human population is growing fast. There are two causes which have led to the high consumption of resource. One is the rising population. Population has increased faster. And the second is the irrational ways in which the system forces consumers and people have started using more and more for their needs. Electricity and fuels are two resources which are being consumed at a higher rate. So these days we know electrical use has increased and the energy of the fuel has increased. The rate of consumption of electricity is increasing day by day with the increase in modernization of society. So what are the in this chapter we are reading what are the effects of the modern lifestyle. So this is one of the effect. The development of science and technology has made completely dependent on electricity. So we know that now we cannot live without electricity and fuels. All the appliances they are named here, they depend on electricity. And electricity is provided by different ways. One method is given fossil fuels. We burn coal and we get electricity. More loads are added to the supply of electricity. More and more population growth, which will mean more people will need more electricity, and therefore the supply of electricity has been affected. Moreover, the fuels like petroleum and diesel, which are used for cooking, heating, all the things, they also have increased. Coal is also used, the use of coal has increased. Now, there are some sources which are mentioned here. Sun is also one of them. As the fossil fuels get used up, efforts should be made to make some of the alternate sources of energy. So we all talk about that the energy use has increased, but we should look for alternate sources of energy, and solar energy can be considered as one of the alternate. We can use all the resources of the earth to satisfy, but our activities cause deforestation, pollution. Now, man is the only person, the living being, who uses the resources for extra requirement. Other animals, they use the resources only to fulfill their the desire of eating. Human beings need large amount. Our activities cause deforestation, pollution, and depletion of the vegetable or valuable resources. And in this process, a large amount of waste is also generated. For example, we take fresh water to cook, washing, then all the things become polluted, and then the waste is thrown. So, when we do our work, it causes pollution of the water. Instead of using the fresh water, now a solution is given here that we can use stored water and save the running water. Running water is considered pure. If instead of using pure water, we start using the stored water and save the running water, it will not solve the problem, but it will reduce the problem up to some extent. So, with the modern lifestyle, the conservation and the consumption of resources has increased, and here it is given some solutions. What can be done to reduce the use of fuel? Organize carpools. Instead of coming alone, take some people with you. Car engine and machines should be idle. When you don't need, they should be shut. Example is like your traffic signal, switch off the vehicle, it will save. Well tuned engines, the machine's engine should be tuned and they should not be having any defect, it will save. One bus load of passenger takes 40 vehicles off the road during rush hour. So if there is one bus traveling, then all 40 or 50 people will travel in one bus. This will save a large amount of fuel which will be used by all these 40 people. If 40 people are on the road, they will use their own vehicle. It will cause more pollution. It will cause more area use. But if all of them travel in a bus, it will save 70,000 liters of fuel. So this is a eye opener or a solution given there. In the next portion of this chapter, we will understand what are the advantages and disadvantages of synthetic material, because synthetic material are considered to be one of the major contributors of the, and they are the considered as the main part of the modern lifestyle. So in the modern society, the synthetic resources are considered as part of the modern society. So the link of the next class is given below this video at the end of the video. Stay connected and watch both the videos so that you understand the topic clearly. See you in the next class. Goodbye.